Okay. Okay. So today I'm at the DFW Airport getting ready to fly to Cancun to my new house in Playa del Carmen. And so I'm letting everybody give a little bit of a chance to jump on. There isn't really a quiet spot at DFW. Actually, this is probably one of the quietest spots. I mean, there's not a lot of people over there. But I'm actually right by the Skylink. So if you've ever been to DFW, you know about the Skylink. So I have enough trouble with technology as it is. I think this is hilarious that I would try to do a live streaming on all of these platforms at the DFW airport, which means I had to log into the free Wi-Fi here since I don't bring I think I have a hotspot on my phone, but that would involve more technology. So today we are going to talk about mindset. And if you know somebody that could use, I'm sorry, I'm holding my computer. I could put it on my lap, I suppose. If you know anybody that needs a mindset shift, this would be a great time to invite them. And so this morning, as I said, I'm at the DFW airport getting ready to get on a flight. And just a quick story, as I was coming in, I actually shared with somebody recently that, oh, the TSA lines, they're probably not more than 15 minutes long. And I get here and holy moly. First of all, I didn't remember that today was Monday and I was flying out. And so doing this live at this juncture all at the airport is kind of hilarious. But I committed to doing this, and that's why it's very important for me to stay committed to my commitments. And of course, there's just people all around. So pretend the guy that you hear over there is not talking. Anyway, so I get here, and the first thing is the TSA line. It tells you it's kind of like being on the freeway, how long it's going to take to get to anywhere. And it says the regular general, because I didn't realize that as priority, I could get in the TSA line and get priority. I thought you had to do pre-check. But anyways, long story short, 45 minutes. Oh, well, I'll barely get into the terminal to be able to do this live. And then it said 3 minutes down, the line was shorter. So I go down and they have a priority line for people that are flying in first class. So I went from a 45-minute wait in line to 8 minutes. This is why I think mindset shifting, mind bending reality is so key and critical to creating the life that you want, because literally it all starts with your mindset and knowing where your mind is and how you're thinking and what you're thinking about is going to give you the best opportunity to have the most amazing life experience. I'm just going to pop into these. They're still showing live on there, so that's fantastic. So we're going to start here in 3 minutes. And if you are watching live, if you would do me a favor and put a comment into whatever portal that you're streaming on, whether it be one of my Facebook groups or YouTube, because what that does is the algorithm for all of these social media outlets relies on comments, emojis, likes, all of those things. And actually, more importantly, which I'm almost ready to do this. Somebody told me the other day that if you ask your participants to put in a negative comment or an emoji that's not happy, that it'll go out to more people. So we'll try that as the days go by or the weeks go by. But if you'd put a comment in that you're here, you're ready to have an amazing week, you're ready to set your mindset straight, all of that will allow the algorithms and all of these portals to send this out to more people. Because if you ever have a group and you notice, it'll tell you how many people it's being delivered to. If you have an Instagram account, you can know that as well. It's the reach that's important. It's not the fact that you're doing anything. I think it's funny that we all believe that our posts are actually getting to the people that are following us or friends or any of those things. So It's pretty cute. So it's 8:59. I'm going to go ahead and get started. I don't, oh, I didn't really want to go there. Okay. So today we're going to talk about the mindset component that I want to talk about today is, and I think I've touched on this about a million different ways, but that is about gratitude. And gratitude isn't just necessarily about being grateful. Yes, it's about being grateful. And that gratitude, the energy that it creates with your mindset, allows you to see more of what it is that you're grateful for. So I wanted to share this from the perspective of a lot of times it can be challenging to be grateful for what is, right? Whatever is happening to you, being grateful for the mountains that the boulders that get in your way, the mountains that get in your way, the obstacles that get in your way. And those are actually the things you want to be the most grateful for, because that is shift and movement for you. And when you're reorganizing who you are, because at the end of the conversation, that you are never going to get what you want, that you desire, if you don't have it right now. If you want something else, you have to be something else. Literally, Gandhi said, be the change you want to see. Be that. Be the experience that you want in your life. You can't set this goal and go after something and then not be somebody different. Now, I used this on a post that I did recently, that it's alchemy. It isn't as if you're changing the beingness of who you are. You're changing how your version of this beautiful perfection that you are is. And so just like a butterfly starts out as a caterpillar, and when it morphs, it alchemizes, it metamorphizes into something else, from a caterpillar to a butterfly. It's the same DNA, it's the same molecular makeup, but it just dissolves itself and then it emerges to something else. So when you are creating a life that you dream of, and it's obviously, generally speaking, I mean, not everyone comes out and they have the life that they dream of, because that's just not how the world works generally. But if you're paying attention to the fact that you have to be and feel and act differently, right? It starts with this mindset. When you change your mindset, your emotional reactions become different, your physical beingness becomes different. And when you're making those kind of shifts, think about that like a caterpillar turning into a butterfly. If you are changing the complete beingness of who you are, the old way is going to die. And I did I think it was an Instagram yesterday, that just, you're on fire. Light yourself up with the fire to burn all the things that don't serve you anymore. So when you look at who you are right now, the very first thing you want to do is begin to be grateful for where you are, for who you are, and then begin to feel the way you want to feel, or say you want something. You begin to feel that way. How does that person walk? How does that person talk? How does that person show up in the world? How do you experience this beingness, and then be grateful for that? So, perfect example of the TSA line today. I mean, I wasn't upset that it was potentially 45 minutes. I was just like, well, okay, it's 45 minutes. But, what I'm getting into is this bending of time and bending of reality. So I knew that I was going to be able to do this streaming easily and effortlessly, because when I say there's more than enough time, there's an overflow of time, then time just seems to show up, just like money does, just like love does. So everything that it is that you feel that you don't have enough of in your life, it begins to create a lack mentality. And so you begin to show up being grateful for every single thing that you have right now. So when you get up in the morning, the very first thing you want to do is have a grateful thought. I I think it was last week. Yeah, it was last week. I shared, I get up every day now saying this is the best day of my life. And so, and I'm not sure if that's what caused Facebook to say that the replay of last week's Monday mindset, was not being shown because there was a copyright infringement. I guess the only thing I can think of that I stated that. I certainly don't sing. But the thing is that you have to begin every single day with this idea that you are grateful and just set the intention for that day. Every day is the best day of your life. And when you wake up with that intention, then you can begin to look at what are the things that I can begin to shift and morph. And I've said this over and over and over. You want to begin to look at small incremental changes. If you begin to do everything all at once, you will give up because that's just how we are. Your subconscious is your ego says, I don't want to do all of those things because I need to keep this person, you, this being you, safe. So all of those changes will set you up for failure. So maybe it's really something as simple as not having screens on when you go to bed, because that's a great place to begin your next day is at night when you go to sleep. Maybe it's doing 1 minute of meditation in the morning. Maybe it's cutting out sugar, which is, hello, that's my new mantra. And making a decision about something doesn't mean that you're automatically, okay, that's an emergency door. Making a decision about something doesn't necessarily mean that you are on the track and you're going to do it perfectly. But making a decision and making a commitment to yourself is the first step in creating this magical life that you desire. So when I talk about mindset, it's really all of the thoughts that you have every single day. And so I started out the very first week, write down or pay attention to the thoughts that you have on a regular basis. Because when we get into our habitual routines of life, we have the same thoughts over and over and over and over. And I don't know, was it Einstein that said, I don't even know, it's attributed to Einstein, but the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. Well, that starts with the way that you think. So if you think the same thoughts that you did yesterday, which we're all of us are doing, we copy and paste, right? It's really good copying and pasting when you're doing big documents and reports and things like that, right? Or we copy and paste something we want to send to somebody. But what we do is we're copy and pasting our entire thought process every day, from yesterday into today, from today into tomorrow. And when you're copy and pasting the same thoughts over and over and over, what do you think? You're going to get, I swear, everything is happening today. Um, I think it's so funny because I have no control. And this is a lot easier than when I'm trying to deal with technology. So, mindset, hello. Um, so we're copying, pasting yesterday's thoughts and the day before and the day before and the day before into today. And guess what? You're going to get exactly what you got yesterday. Oh, imagine that. Because your thoughts control your actions. Your actions control those emotions. Those emotions then re-energize the new thoughts, which are the old thoughts that you're going to have over and over and over. So the only way to change any of that is to begin to change your thoughts, change your thinking, change your life. And once again, all of that begins with the very first thought that you have in the day. So when you get up in the morning, what do you want to think? Do you want to think, oh my God, I have to do this, and there's so much in front of me, and I can't get all that done, and I don't have enough time, and I can't pay the bills? All of those thoughts swirl around, and those are just copied and pasted from yesterday. So what is the new thoughts that you're going to have today? If you're brave enough to put those in the chat, do that now. Put in one new thought that you're going to have today, and that will allow you to make a commitment to anybody that's here in the internet universe. Because the fact of the matter is that when you make a commitment and you make a commitment in front of other people, then you are much more likely to stay committed to that. It is, I guess it's faster than I thought. I sped up time today, so things would go faster. It's only 8 minutes. So I'm getting on a plane to go to my brand new house in Playa. And none of that happened as a result of me thinking from back when I was sick, or even before that, that I was sick, I was going to die, I couldn't create, I was broke. I never bought into any of that. As a matter of fact, I stayed so focused on being grateful at that moment for being alive. I was grateful for being alive. I was grateful for having the health care that was provided to me. I was grateful for the doctors and the surgeons, even though, I had one surgeon tell me that I was too optimistic. Can you imagine that? She says, I have to temper you down. And I thought, oh my gosh. Okay, no, whoa, 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 whoa. And the fact of the matter is that believe me, I have the days where I am frustrated, I am downtrodden, I am depressed, I'm a human being and I have all the emotions that a human being has. And yet at the same time, I know that those are signals that something else is going on. And so how do I uncover that? What is frustrating me? What is making me sad? What is making me depressed? And then change whatever those thoughts are into something that's absolutely going to serve me in a different way. So I'm not going to make this too long today, just because I'm in the airport and I'll be boarding soon. But if you have a chance today, if you didn't write it in the chat, come up with one thought that you're going to change and be empowering. So take your thought that's disempowering. I'm broke. I have enough money to support me in everything that I desire, right? It doesn't mean that it's a falsehood. It just means that you're recreating who you are in this moment so that you can begin to change and reorganize all of those expressions of who you are in that magical body of yours. So if you're not following me on YouTube, it's Debbie Dobbins, Queen of Magic. And on Instagram, it's Debbie Dobbins, Queen of Magic. On TikTok, it's the Debbie Dobbins. And I have a website and a YouTube channel for Wichita Falls as well. So check them out, and I will see you all next week.